Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today I am going to solve the following problem using two-phase simplex method. And the problem type here is maximization problem, and this is the objective function max z is equal to 3x1 minus x2. Subject to the constraint, we have three constraints here. The first constraint is 2x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 2. The second constraint is x1 plus 3x2 less than equal to 2. And the third constraint is x2 less than equal to 4. So before solving this problem, let's see the general criteria for solving this two-phase method. Let's see the general criteria for solving two-phase method. Here the step 1 is, in two-phase method, only minimization problem is solved. If the problem is maximization, convert into minimization by changing the sign. The second step is subject to the constraints. For the constraints, if the constraint is less than equal, then add the slack variable. If the constraint is greater than equal, then subtract surplus variable and add artificial variable. If the constraint is equal, then add only the artificial variable. This is step 2. Then step 3, in phase 1, proceed with simplex method with revised objective function. At the end of phase 1, check whether the objective function value is 0 in the optimal table. If yes, go to phase 2. Now let's see how to solve this problem. So here in step 1, in the criteria just now we saw, the problem, only minimization problem is used in two-phase method. If the problem type is, if the given problem is maximization, we need to convert into minimization. So here just check the objective function, the given objective function is maximization. So let us convert into minimization. So here the maximization problem is converted to minimization problem by changing the sign, that is max z is equal to minus of min z. So just the sign will change now. So min z is equal to minus 3x1 plus x2. So this is converting into minimization. Now step 2 is, now let us take down the constraint. The first constraint condition is greater than equal. If the constraint condition is greater than equal, subtract surplus variable and add artificial variable. So 2x1 plus x2. So here it is greater than equal. So subtract surplus variable s1 plus add artificial variable, that is equal to 2. Next second constraint, that is x1 plus 3x2. Here the constraint is less than equal. So add slack variable, that is es2 is equal to 2. Third constraint, x2 less than equal to 4. So x2 less than equal, so add slack variable plus s3, that is equal to 4. So these are the constraints. Now we have converted into standard equation. Now add this slack variable and surplus variable, artificial variable in the objective function also. So 0, the coefficient value for surplus variable becomes 0 s1, slack variable 0 s2 plus 0 s3 plus artificial variable, just add a1. Then the basic variables are here in the constraints are x1, x2, s1, s2, s3, a1 greater than equal to 0. Now let's convert this objective function into revised objective function. That is step 2. So in revised objective function, we'll have only the artificial variable. All other variables we are going to remove it. We are not going to consider these basic variables. Only artificial variable will be considered in the revised objective function. So the objective function will become now min z is equal to only a1. We have only one artificial variable. If we have more than one artificial variable, then add it a1 plus a2 like that. So we have only a1, so min z is equal to a1. And this constraints will remain same here as it is. So subject to constraints. So the first constraint is 2x1 plus x2 minus s1 plus a1 is equal to 2. Second constraint is x1 plus 3x2 plus es2, that is equal to 2, and third constraint is x2 plus s3, that is equal to 4. And the basic variables are here also x1, x2, s1, s2, comma s3, comma a1 greater than equal to 0. So next is step 3. So step 3, we are going to start with phase 1. In phase 1, we are going to proceed with simplex method from the revised objective function. So the table is in phase 1. Now I am going to proceed with iteration 1. So this is our first iteration. So here in the table we'll have basic variable and Cj value is the coefficient basic value. So the basic variables are nothing but, see, now we are going to take down from the revised objective function. So this is the revised objective function. Okay, so in revised objective function, now first basic variables, let us write down. These are the basic variables which we have in the constraints, that is x1, x2, s1, s2, s3, a1, and then solution value. Now let us take down the coefficient value for all this basic variable from the revised objective function. So this is the revised objective function. Now in the revised objective function we have only a1. So a1 value will become now 1, and all these variables we don't have in the objective function, so that the value will become 0 now. For x1 is 0, x2 is 0, s1 is 0, s2 is 0, s3 is 0, and a1 value is 1 because a1 we have here. Now towards column side here, so in the first constraint we have artificial variable and surplus variable, but we should write down only the artificial variable. So write down a1. In second constraint we don't have artificial variable but we have slack variable, so write down slack variable is 2. And in third constraint again we don't have artificial variable, we have slack variable, so write down slack variable. So if you have artificial variable, you have to give the preference for the artificial variable. If you don't have artificial variable, then you can write down the slack variable. That's what I have done here. Now the coefficient basic value for these variables, a1 from the revised objective function we have, so 1, a1 value is 1, s2, s3 we don't have in the objective function, so the value is 0 here. And just write down this as R1, R2, R3. Name this row as row 1, row 2, row 3 now. So first for the row 1, so a1 is there in first constraint. So write down the first constraint value. So x1 value is 2, x2 value is 1, s1 value is -1, s2 we don't have in the first constraint, so it is 0, and s3 we don't have 0, a1 we have, so write down 1, and solution is 2, so write down 2. s2 is there in second constraint, so write down second constraint value. x1 is 1, x2 is 3, we don't have s1, 0, we have s2, 1, we don't have s3, 0, a1 is not there, 0, and solution is 2. Now third constraint, so s3 is there in third constraint value. We don't have x1 here, so in x1 0, x2 we have, so it is 1, s1, s2 it is not there in the third constraint, so it is 0, s3 we have, so 1, and a1 we don't have, 0, and solution is 4. So now after writing all the constraint values in the table, now we need to find the Zj value. So that how to find this value? The coefficient basic value of a1, s2, s3. That is a1 value is 1, s2 value is 0, s3 value is 0. So multiply this value with each column. So see, I'll just show you one value. 1 into 2 is 2, plus 0 into 1 is 0, plus 0 into 0 is 0. So the total value is nothing but you will get 2 here. So now just see here, for the second row and third row the coefficient value is 0, 0. So when you multiply with the 0 for the second row, you will get 0 only all the value, and third row also when you multiply you will get 0 only here for the both row. So only 1, that is nothing but the first row you will be getting value. So just multiply 1 into all this value and write down here. So see, 1 into 1, 1, 1 into -1, -1, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 2 is 2. Okay, because since we have 0 here, the coefficient value, so when you multiply here, this also 2 row becomes 0. So only this value we get, so that I am writing. If you have values here, then multiply and add and write down the values. Now let us find Cj minus Zj. So we have Cj value, we have Zj value. Now let us subtract it. 0 minus 2. So that is equal to minus 2. 0 minus 1, that is minus 1. 0 minus of minus 1. Here we have one minus sign. So 0 minus of minus 1, that is 0 plus 1, that is 1. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. So now we finish finding Cj minus Zj. Now let us check the optimality condition for this. So the optimality condition for max z is Cj minus Zj should be less than equal to 0. If all the values is less than or equal to 0, then we have reached the optimality condition. For min z problem, if Cj minus Zj is greater than equal to 0, if all the values is greater or equal to 0, that means all the values should be positive, then we have reached the optimality condition. Now the problem what we solved is minimization. So in two phases I have told now only minimization will be solving. So the condition Cj minus Zj should be what? Greater than equal to 0. That means all the values should be positive or 0, but no negative value. Now let's check. So see, this is the value which we have got, Cj minus Zj. So here see, we have some negative value also here. We didn't get all the value positive, that is greater than equal to 0. We have two negative value, so that we need to proceed the problem again. So here the most negative, in this the most negative is minus 2. So select this column as key column. Select this column as key column. After selecting key column, find the ratio. So ratio is nothing but to calculate ratio is solution divided by key column. So we have solution value and we have our key column value. We need to divide it. So solution divided by key column. So the first value is 2 by 2. 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 1. Second is 2 divided by 1, that is equal to 2. Next is 4 divided by 0, that is equal to infinity. So here in ratio, infinity and negative values are not considered. Only positive value are considered. In that positive, if you have more than one positive value, then consider the minimum positive value. So here we have two positive value and the minimum positive is 1. So select this row as the key row. And the key value is now the key column and key row get intersected here. So the key value is 2. So this is our key value. Now let us proceed with the next table. So here see, the outgoing variable is a1 and the incoming variable is x1. So in the next table, a1 will be replaced with x1. Okay, and s2, s3 will remain same in the next table. So variables will remain same, s2 and s3. a1 variable will be replaced by x1 and we need to find the values, new values for all these three variables in the next table. Since a1 is an outgoing variable, we need not to calculate for a1 column in the next iteration. So you can remove this column completely in the next iteration table. So in iteration 2, we have basic variables x1, x2, s1, s2, s3 and I have removed a1 because a1 was the outgoing variable. And let us write down the coefficient value. So the x1 value is 0, x2 value is 0, s1 value is 0, s2 value is 0, s3 value is also 0 because all these variables are not there in the revised objective function. And here towards column side, so a1 is replaced by x1. So here write down x1. And s2, s3, those variables remain as it is. And the coefficient value for x1 is 0 and s2 is also 0 and s3 is also 0. These variables are also not there in the revised objective function. These are the coefficient basic value for these variables. And just name this row now, like continue with the previous row. We had there R1, R2, R3. Now here R4, R5, R6. And first let us find the value for x1 because here a1 was replaced by x1. So here only we got key row. So let us find for this row first the new value. So now see, so here we got the key row. Now this complete row has to be divided by the key value and assign in the iteration 2 table. So first value we have 2. So divide 2 divided by 2 because key value is also 2. So 2 divided by 2 we get 1. Next we have 1. So 1 divided by 2, that is 1 by 2. Next minus 1 divided by 2, that is minus 1 by 2. Like that, complete row we have to divide by 2 and we need to assign that value in the iteration 2 table. So the first value we had is 2. 2 by 2 is 2 by 2, 1. Next 1 divided by 2 is 1 by 2. Next is minus 1 divided by 2 is minus 1 by 2. Then we have 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Then again we have S3 value 0 there. 0 divided by 2 is 0. For A1 don't calculate and calculate for solution. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now we need to find the value for S2 and S3 so that we are going to use the formula here to calculate. So formula is new value is equal to old value minus corresponding key column into, now here we have to write down from the iteration 2, that is R4 value. This one only we have find the new value now. So for the key row only first we have found now that value we have to write down here. So that is R4 row. So write down here R4. So now write down the old value for S2 row. That is from previous table S2 rows value we need to write down. So this is the old value for the S2 row from iteration 1, that is 1, 3, 0, 1, 0, 2. Don't write down for A1. Don't calculate. We have removed A1 column itself. Okay, so write down this value in the old value in formula. The first value is 1, second 3, then 0, then 1, then 0, then I have 2. So this is the old value. Then minus sign from the formula. So the corresponding key column value for S2 row. So in the previous table. So the corresponding key column is 1 here because the 1 is selected in the key column side in this row. Okay. So the corresponding key column value is 1 for all the values in the formula. So here write down 1 for all the values. The corresponding key column value will be 1 for all the values. Then write down, we have into in the formula. Then write down R4 value. R4 value is nothing but from the iteration to R4 row value we need to write down one by one. First value is 1. Second value is 1 by 2. Next we have minus 1 by 2. Then 0. Then 0. Then 1. So now calculate this value. So 1 by 1. The first value is 1 minus 1 into 1. That is 1 minus 1 is 0. Next is 3 minus 1 by 2. That is we'll get 5 by 2. And here we get 0 minus 1 into minus 1 by 2. That is equal to 1 by 2. And here we get 1 minus 1 into 0. That is 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. And here 0 minus 1 into 0. That is equal to 0. And here 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. So this is the value which we have got. Assign these values in the S2 row. So the first value is 0. Next is 5 by 2. Next 1 by 2. Then 1. Then 0. Then 1. Now see this new value we have found for S2. So you just write down new value for S2. Now we need to find for S3. So new value for S3, the formula will be old value minus corresponding key column value into R4 only. Okay. So write down the old values of S3 from the previous table. So this is the old value for S3, that is 0, 1, 0, 0, 1 and 4. Don't take down for A1. A1 we have removed. Okay. Now write down. So the old value is, first one is 0. Next 1, then 0, then 0, then 0. It is 1, not 0. 1, S3 is 1. Then we have 4. So minus the formula. So corresponding key column value. So the corresponding key column value for S3 row is 0 because 0 is collected in the key column side for this row. Okay, so in this row which is selected in key column means 0. So the corresponding key column value will be 0 for all the values. So write down in the formula 0 for corresponding key column value. So here 0 will be for all the values. The corresponding key column value will be 0 for all the values. Then into R4 value. R4 value from the iteration 2 table. This is the first new value we have found. Okay, for the key row. So write down these values. The first value is 1, 1 by 2. Next minus 1 by 2, 0, 0, 1. Now simplify this and write 1 by 1. The first value is 0 minus 0 into 1. That is equal to 0. Next 1 minus 0 into 1 by 2 is 0. So we get here 1. Next 0 minus 0 into minus 1 by 2 is 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So here also we get 0 minus 0, that is equal to 0. 1 minus 0, that is equal to 1. Next 4 minus 0, that is equal to 4. So see here, whatever the old value we have written, the same value we have got here. The reason why, the corresponding key column value is 0 here. So when you multiply with 0 any value, all this value will become 0 and this value will remain same. So next time, if you get as the corresponding key column value as 0, what you do, that row value write down as it is in the new table. So assign these values now. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 4. See, same value we have got 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 4. A1 we didn't calculate. Okay. So if the corresponding key column value is 0, then write down the values as it is in that row in the next table. Z. Now let us find the Zj value. So see here, the coefficient basic value for x1, s2, s3 is 0. So when you multiply 0 with each column, so obviously you will get 0 only all these Zj values for x1, x2, s1, s2, s3 and for solution also. So write down here 0. So the Zj value will get 0 only. Now let us find Cj minus Zj. So 0 minus 0. So Cj value we have, Zj value you have. Subtract it. 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0. Now just see, I have told you in the general criteria, that is in step 2. So in phase 1, okay, if your objective function, if you get 0, that is nothing but this is the objective function, Cj value, okay. If all the objective function value is 0, then we need to move for the phase 2, okay. And just see here, Cj value also we have got 0 and Cj minus Zj value also we have got 0. That means now we are moving for the phase 2. Phase 1 is completed. So now in phase 2, the x1, s2, s3 row values will remain as it is. So in that table, so write down x1 row value, all this value as it is, and s2 row value as it is, and s3 row value as it is. Only the Cj value for the basic variable, this value will change and this value will change. Okay, the basic variables value will change in the phase 2. So these values we need to write down from the actual objective function, not from the revised objective function. So this is the actual objective function and this is the revised objective function, right? So we need to write down now the basic variable values from the actual objective function. That is, x1 value will be now minus 3, x2 value will become 1, s1 value will become 0, s2 value will become 0, s3 value is 0, and here we don't have a1 and all, so we need not to write down a1. a1 will be removed from the phase 1 itself. Okay, so let's take down these values now in the phase 2. So now we have come to phase 2. See, in phase 2, we are going to proceed with iteration 3. In phase 1, iteration 1, iteration 2 we have done. So now in phase 2, we are proceeding with iteration 3. As I told, so x1, s2, s3 value will remain same from the previous iteration. Okay, these row value will remain same. Only the basic variable value will change. That is, the objective function value will change for this basic variable. So x1 value is, so see, x1 value is minus 3. So this is the actual objective function values for all the basic variable. So x1 value is minus 3, So write down minus 3, x2 value is 1, s1 value is 0, s2 value is 0, s3 value is 0. We don't have a1. And here towards column side also the x1 value is minus 3 and s2 value is 0 and s3 value is 0. So write down. So just name this row also. So in previous table we named up to R6. Now continue this R7, R8, R9. Name the rows. Now let us find the Zj value. Okay, so multiply the coefficient basic value of this variable, that is minus 3, 0, 0. These values with each column and write down the Zj value. That is nothing but minus 3 into 1, that is minus 3, plus 0 into 0 is 0, plus 0 into 0 is 0. So that is equal to, you will get minus 3 plus 0 plus 0, that is equal to minus 3. So here see the two values for S2, S3 is 0, 0. So when you multiply this 0 with this row and this 0 with this row, you will get 0 only. So that here also you will get 0, 0. So only this value will remain. Now we will get the value minus 3. This value multiply with the first row. So you will get the new value. Okay, just multiply and write down. That is the Zj value now. So minus 3 into 1 we got minus 3. Next minus 3 into 1 by 2. That is nothing but minus 3 by 2. Again minus 3 into minus 1 by 2. Minus into minus, it becomes plus. So 3 by 2. Minus 3 into 0 is 0. Minus 3 into 0 is 0. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. So this is the Zj value we have got. Now let us find Cj minus Zj. So Cj value we have, Zj value we have. Let us subtract. Minus 3 minus of minus 3. That is minus 3 plus 3. That is equal to 0. Here 1 minus of minus 3 by 2. That is 1 plus 3 by 2. So that is nothing but we get 5 by 2. Next 0 minus 3 by 2. That is minus 3 by 2. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus 0, 0. Now check for the optimality condition. For minimization problem, the Cj minus Zj should be greater than equal to 0. Now check whether all the value we have got positive. So still we have one negative value. So we need to proceed again with the next iteration now. So select this column. So here only we got negative. So select this column as the key column. After getting the key column, find the ratio. So ratio is equal to solution divided by key column. So that is first value 1 divided by minus 1 by 2. So that is equal to minus 2. Next 1 divided by 1 by 2, that is equal to 2. Next 4 divided by 0, that is equal to infinity. So I told in ratio, so only positive value we need to consider. We need not to consider negative and infinity value. So here if you see positive value, we have only one positive value. So select this row as the key row. Okay, you have to select up to solution. And the key value here it is 1 by 2. Because the key row and key column is intersected at this point. Okay, so the key value is 1 by 2. Now let us proceed with the next iteration. That is iteration 4 under phase 2. So this is phase 2, iteration 4. So here in this table we'll have basic variable, that is x1, x2, s1, s2, s3, and the values are that will remain same. That is from actual objective function we have to write down. So here x1 will remain same in this table. S2 is going to be replaced by s1 because s2 is outgoing variable. So here only we got the key row. No? So s2 is the outgoing variable and s1 is incoming variable. So here we need to write down s1 and s3 will remain same. Okay, and the coefficient value for these variables, x1 is minus 3, s1 is 0 and s3 is also 0 here. Now first we need to find for the key row now. See here s2 was outgoing variable. So you should not remove here the s2 column. You have to keep that s2 column. Only in phase 1, up to phase 1, you are going to remove the outgoing variable. Whichever the outgoing variable is, that column will be removed. Okay, for the next iteration. But in phase 2, don't do that. Okay, so here, so s2 is outgoing, s1 is incoming. So I have replaced, but even though s2 we are going to calculate it. So now see, first we need to calculate always for the key row. So this is the key row we got. So divide this row by key value. Okay, the key value is 1 by 2. So all this value divide by 1 by 2. 0 by 1 by 2 is 0. So assign here. 5 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. So that is equal to 5. Next 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2, that is 1. 1 divided by 1 by 2, that is equal to 2. 0 divided by 1 by 2, that is equal to 0. Again 1 divided by 1 by 2, that is equal to 2. Now we need to find for x1 and s3. For that we are going to use the formula. So name this row also now. So previous table we have named up to R9. So name this as R10, R11, R12. Now let us write down the formula. That is new value is equal to old value minus corresponding key column into, in this table which is the new value we have found, which row? For R11 row only we have found the new value. Okay, so write down in the formula R11. So now let us take down the old value for x1 first from the previous table, that is from this table. Okay, so the first old value here, see 1, next is 1 by 2, next minus 1 by 2. So write down all the values. Next is 0, next we have 0 and then 1. So these are the old values of x1. Okay, old value of x1. So minus, we have in the formula, so write down minus here, then corresponding key column value. So corresponding key column value for the x1 row. So observe in this row, the corresponding key column value is minus 1 by 2. Because minus 1 by 2 is selected in the key column for this row. So minus 1 by 2 will be the corresponding key column value for all. So write down minus 1 by 2 for all the values. Into R11 row value, that is this one. Okay, so the first value is 0, then 5, then 1, then 2, then 0, then 2. Now simplify this. So you will get 1 minus 1 by 2 into 0 is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 by 2 minus, again you have here one minus. That is minus 1 by 2 into 5. That is minus 5 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 5 by 2. So you will get here 6 by 2, that is equal to 3. And here minus 1 by 2. Here also one minus sign you have. Here the one minus you sign you have. Minus into minus it becomes plus. So 1 by 2, 1 is 1. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is equal to 0. Next 0 minus this 2 get cancels. Here you have one minus sign. Minus into minus it becomes plus. 0 plus 1 is 1. And here 0 minus 1 by 2 into 0 is 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. And here this 2 get cancels. 1 minus into minus plus. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. So these are the values we have got assigned in the x1 row. So the first value is 1, next 3, next 0, next 1, then 0, then 2. Now we need to find for S3 row. Now just observe this S3 row. The corresponding key column value is 0. Okay. So I have told you in previous iteration, if you get the corresponding key column value as 0, this row will remain same. Okay. So you need not to calculate in formula. If you calculate also, you will get the same value only. So directly write down the same value now. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 4. Okay, now we got the value. Now find the Zj value. So multiply the coefficient basic value, that is the x1 value, s1 value, s3 value with each column now. So here see, so for the second row, we have 0 for the s1. For third row, that is for s3, 0. So when you multiply 0 with this row and 0 with this row, you will get 0 only completely. Okay, only this row you will get now values. Minus 3 when you multiply with these values, you will get the answer. So just multiply this minus 3 into first row and write down the Zj value. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. Next minus 3 into 3 is minus 9. 3 3s are 9. Next minus 3 into 0 is 0. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. Minus 3 into 0 is 0. Minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. Now Cj minus Zj. We finish finding Zj. Now Cj minus Zj. So we have Cj and Zj value. Subtracted. Minus 3 minus of minus 3. Here we have minus sign. No? So minus 3 minus of minus 3. So that is minus 3 plus 3, 0. 1 minus of minus 9. So 1 plus 9. That is 10. 0 minus 0, 0. 0 minus of minus 3. So 0 plus 3. That is 3. 0 minus 0, 0. Now check for the optimality condition. So the optimality condition for minimization problem. So you see here Cj minus Zj should be greater than equal to 0. Now check, this is the value we have got. So we have got all the values greater than equal to 0. That means all the values are positive and 0. We don't have any negative value. So we have reached the optimality condition. So now let's write down the solution. So here see, the given problem was maximization problem. We have converted into minimization problem. So what we have got is here min z is equal to, so the solution value, zj value what we have got is minus 6. Okay. Now this convert to maximization. So when you convert to maximization, again the sign will change. So max z is equal to, we get here 6. So this is our optimality solution. So therefore the optimum solution of max z is equal to 6. Okay. So x1 value. So x1 value. So x1 solution value, that is 2. So write down. So x1 value is 2. Then x2 value. So x2 is not arrived at all here in the column set. Only x1 is arrived. So x2 value is 0. So this is our optimum solution. Let's cross check this. So write down the objective function. So the objective function is max z is equal to 3x1 minus x2. So just substitute 3 into x1 value we have got is 2 minus x2 value is 0. So 3 into 2 is 6. So we have got, when you verify, we have got the same answer. That means we have reached the optimum solution. So max z is equal to 6 is the answer. X1 is equal to 2 and x2 is equal to 0. I hope this video was useful for everyone. Thank you for watching.